efficiency of organizations, which is possible by scientific methods, not a rule of thumb. Standardization of work or simplifications of work, which helps to reduce the cost. Frederick Winslow Taylor is known as the father of scientific management. That motion study, which helps to reduce the useless motions, useless movement of machines and manpower. Namaste my dear students, Shubha Hebba here, Faculty of Commerce, Vidhyaashram, first grade college, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. A warm welcome to this session. The session on the topic of the introduction to the management. Yes, this belongs to that management principles and applications. In the previous session, just we have discussed about nature and scope of management and what are the different functions of management, and also we have discussed different levels of management. Yes, top level, middle level and lower level of management, and what are the functions of different levels of management and who will lead the different levels of management. Those are all the content we have discussed in the previous session. In this session, we are going to discuss about the further part of first chapter. Yes, what are the different content we are going to discuss? Let us start the session with different content, that administration versus management. So there are two important concepts here. What is administration and what is management? There are quite differences between administration and management. Second one, that evolutions of management thought. What are the history of management and who are the different thinkers contribute to management thoughts. Yes, and the next one, contributions of F.W. Taylor. Yes, one of the famous management thinker, and what are the different contributions of Taylor, and yes, the tactics of scientific management which contributed by F.W. Taylor. So these are all the different content we are going to discuss today's session. Administration versus management. Dear students, administration, the word is very frequently used words. What do you mean by administration? Yes, that administration is differ from the management. What is the differences between administration and management? Yes, administration, it is quite differ from the management. It is nothing but a function which belongs to top level function and which concentrate on determinations of policies and plans and objectives. Okay, so this is called administration. Yes, that administration is a process which administrating the management of business organizations or that any educational institutions like schools, colleges and the government office, any non-profit organizations. That administration is a term which we are listening frequently. That administrative which belongs to that higher level activity. Yes, how to determine the policies and set of objectives which belongs to that organizations, and set of plans. Plans in the sense how to do the work, how to allocate the work. So these are all the different content which belongs to administrative facts. What are the differences between administrative and management? See here, I have listed very important few differences. Yes, that management and administration. On the basis of meanings, yes, what is management? Management is the systematic arrangement of people and things. And of course, that management is a lower level function which deals with the execution and directions of policies. And then administration, it is a top level function which concentrate on determining the policies, objectives and plans. Yes, that management on the basis of authority, it is a middle level and lower level functions, and administration which performs top level functions on the basis of focusing factor. Okay, on the basis of focusing factor, the management, which means that managing the works, how to manage the works with the people, with efficiency and with effectively. And administration focusing on allocations of limited resources for required utilizations. Yes, that is one of the important functions, important objectives of administrations. And the second one, who is the key person? Who is the key persons of management and who is the key persons of administration? Yes, he is called manager. One who manage the system, he is called manager. One who take care of the system, he is called administrator. Okay. So who is the key person for management? Manager. And who is the key person for that administration? He is called administrator. And next one, on the basis of role. On the basis of role, yes, management play a executive role and that administration play decisive role. Yes, that administration which working in a top level management, and yes, it will take decision regarding all the things. And executive, yes, after taking the decision, it's executed by the management. And next one, on the basis of function. So, executive and governing the organizations. What is the functions of administration? Yes, administration body just legislative and determinative functions. It performs very determinative functions, okay, which determine the policies, plans and different objectives regarding the organizations. So that is called administrations. That management all about plans and actions and administration about framing the policies, and setting the goals. You can take more differences. Okay, so these are all the differences between administration and management. That meaning of administration is very important for 2 marks, and what are the differences between administration and management also very important concept. Next, to go to that evolutions of management thought. Yes, what is the history of management? When we have started to study the subject of management, and who introduced the subject of management? Let us discuss about evolutions of management. The development of management thought has been evolutionary under the following 4 parts. Yes, the concept of management is one of the important factor even if we consider our lifestyle. Without a proper management, we can't carry our life with a well manner. The recorded use of organizational management dates back to just before 5000 before Christ, when the agricultural revolution has taken place. If we consider the planning of Mohenjo-daro drainage system and the constructions of Egypt pyramid system, it has taken a good planning system. The planning of construction, the planning of utilizations of bricks, the planning of utilizations of resources. So these are all which shows about a proper management system. Yes, of course, we have to agree that management, the concept of management as early as existed. Dear students, here just the thought has been evolutionary under the following 4 important parts. So one is considered as pre-scientific management era, and second one is classical management era, and third one is neoclassical management era, and the last one modern management era. Yes, the pre-scientific management era. During this period, the valuable contribution made by church and military organizations. And one of the best thinkers and writers, that was Charles Babbage and Robert Owen. 2 important thinkers has contributed to this era. So this is also known as pre-scientific management school. Pre-scientific management school. And second one, classical management era. So what is the time duration? 1880s to 1930. Again, there are two important thinkers contributed to this era. So F.W. Taylor and Henry Fayol. F.W. Taylor and Henry Fayol. And they have concentrated on organizational structure for accomplishment of organizational goals. F.W. Taylor, Frederick Winslow Taylor, he is called father of scientific management, and he has given the separate information and separate definition to the management with his principles. And Henry Fayol also has given 14 principles for management. Yes, later we will discuss. And next one, that new classical management era. Time duration 1930 to 1960. And neoclassical writers Elton, Mao and Chester Bernard. Just they have contributed to new classical management system, improvement in good human relationship in management organizations. So this is coming under the third, which one? That new classical management era. And then modern management era. So after 1960. Yes, this is called modern management era. Robert Scaliper and Herbert Simon. Those two important thinkers contributed to modern management era. And they have suggested that impact of environment on effectiveness of organizations. Okay, so these are all the different parts of evolutions of management. Yes, first one pre-scientific and classical management and neoclassical management and modern management. Just remember about two important thinkers, and they have concentrated on different objectives. Another one important concept is contributions of F.W. Taylor. Frederick Winslow Taylor is known as the father of scientific management. Already we have discussed in a second era evolutions of management, that classical management era. There are two important contributors. So F.W. Taylor and Henry Fayol. Yes, F.W. Taylor is considered as a scientific management thinker. Yes, dear students, he has given the famous work, yes, The Principles of Scientific Management, published in 1911. And he tried to prove with his practical theories, scientific methodology can implement it to management. Yes, he has concentrated on supervisory level of management and workers in operational levels. Yes, he has given the different principles. So one is science, which is not the rule of thumb, and second one is harmony, which is not discord, and mental revolutions and cooperations and not individualism, and then development of every person to his greatest efficiency. What do you mean by science, not the rule of thumb? Increasing the efficiency of the organizations by scientific methods, not rule of thumb. He suggested that even a single small work also scientifically planned. Into boxcars, it should be planned with the scientifically. Yes, so which tells about that efficiency of organizations, which is possible by scientific methods, not a rule of thumb. Which means the decision should be based on scientific methods, scientific plans, not a rule of thumbs. And second one, harmony, not discord. Harmony, which means that cooperate to each other and consider that interest of each workers. He believes that the relationship between workers and managements, it should be cordial and complete harmony. And next one, that mental revolutions. He suggested that mental revolution is only causes for achieving the harmony between workers and managers. And mental revolution, which tells about understanding the cooperation and coordination each other, which means that workers and managers. So mental revolution, which demands the complete changes in outlook of both workers and management. And next one, so that cooperation, not individualism. Cooperation, which means that maintaining the good relationship among the different workers, not exposure by individual persons. Each workers, so already as we discussed that mental revolution and harmony, which tells about the cooperative relationship among the different workers, which helps to maintain the peace of that organizations and that functioning in a well manner. And the last one, development of every person to his greatest efficiency. Yes, effectiveness of the company or organizations, which depends upon that skills and abilities of employers. And it helps to build by technology and training, providing the best training system and providing the opportunities to implement the skills and knowledges, which helps to improve the efficiency and also as well as that individual manner. So these are all the different principles of FW Taylor theory. And next one, just he has introduced what are the different techniques of scientific management. Yes, he has given the best examples. Yes, that is factory managers. Okay, that factory managers. So it has two important wings. So one is planning in charge and another one is production in charges. And next, if you're considering planning in charge, there are four types. So one is instruction and the card clerks, and second one route clerk, and next one time and cost clerk, and next one disciplinaries. So he tried to explain that factory managers and workmen, the process of management working between these two important factors. Yes, so this is belongs to that top level management and all other process which belongs to lower level managements. Lower level management which belongs to that workman. So how he had got the allocation of works and allocated by different persons. And yes, of course, that planning in charges and how they will allocate the work, and then production in charges, that how they will allocating the works towards workman. And of course, yes, planning in charge and another one is production in charge. He is morely concentrate about how to plan, how to utilizations of resources and how to reach the goal with the efficiency. And then production in charges only for producing the goods and services what they have planned. And under the planning in charge, again there are four. So one is instruction or card clerks, and then time and cost clerk, and then route clerk and disciplinarian. And yes, that production in charge, again there are four manners. One wing is speed boss, second one is gang boss, and third one is repair boss, and then inspectors. Just they are instructing the workmen. Just they are preparing the instructions and just giving the time durations, adjusted with the time durations, and then how to do the work with the route clerks, and then discipline and what are the different manners, policies we have to follow to maintain the discipline coming under the planning in charges. And the next one, production in charge, just speed bosses. And speed boss which tells about giving the targets to finish the work towards workmen. And then gang boss which tells about the group of people, certain group of people to arranging the works and to managing the works. And repairs, if anything happen in a wrong manner, just try to repair the system. And next, inspector, yes, who are taking the in charge of, or these are all the activities. So just he is doing the inspector work. So these are all the works which directed to workman. Okay, so these two important factors, so one is top level and another one is lower level, and of course, so this working under the middle level and suggested to lower level of the management. So this is the techniques of scientific management charts. Let us discuss 7 important techniques of scientific management which are introduced by F.W. Taylor. One is functional foremanship. What is functional foremanship? Yes, that functional foremanship which advocated the specializations of work or division of work on the basis of skills, on the basis of specialized knowledges, on the basis of specialized skills, just allocated the work. okay, which helps to improve the efficiency, which helps to improve the productivity. So this is tells about the functional foremanship, tells about specializations, okay. And next one, standardization and simplifications of work. Standardization of work or simplifications of work which helps to reduce the cost or which helps to reduce the wastage of materials, that reduce the wastage of materials, which helps to reduce the cost of productions. That simplifications of work and standardizations of work also, which tells about just reducing the wastage of materials, how to do the work. Before doing the work, just plan with the simple and standardizations of works. And the next one, methods study. Method study which involves just doing the particular work instead of doing different work, just one person appointed for this work and he has to do that work only. So this is considered as just method study which helps to improve their efficiency, okay. And next one, that motion study which helps to reduce the useless motions, useless movement of machines and manpower. And the next one, time study which fix the timings, time durations, targeted timings. Just they have planned to save the time and fixing the certain times to completions of works, that is coming under the time study. So this is also one of the important techniques. And next one, fatigue study. Fatigue study which means, yes, this fatigue caused by long duration work and hectic work. So this is common in that working environment and just try to control or helps to reducing the fatigue among the people, among the workers. So that techniques coming under the fatigue study. And the last one, work study. Yes, what do you mean by work study? And of course, work study which involves organizational objectives, systematic policies, and critical assessment of the various operations of an enterprises. So thus considered as work study. Okay, so these are all the 7 important techniques coming under the scientific management which have introduced by F.W. Taylor. Dear students, I hope you have understand the concept what we have discussed today. This is the time to the end of this session and we'll meet in the next session with more information about another important management thinkers. I'm coming to the end of this session and would like to say thank you all for joining me in this session. Read well. Thank you once again.